to a blue sky day. Please overhead, spraying on my blue sky day away. Spraying out the sun, spraying out the sun, milking out the sky, milking out the sky. Making chemtrails, making grid lines in the sky. 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 Stratospheric sky. Whatever happened to blue sky day? Please always spray on my blue sky day away. Spraying out the sun, milking out the sky. Aerosol at altitude, at atmospheric heights. Get face making cancers, geoengineering all the sky. Streaking breathing all around the ground line. Whatever happened to a blue sky day? Spraying on my blue sky day away.
Well, well, well. We are indeed back again, and hopefully we are live from the rolling hills of Murrayshire in the far, far northeast corner of bonny Scotland. Where else would you rather be? Yeah, okay, I could maybe think of a few places, but of course there's no place like home, right? Surely. So, with that said, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, good night, wherever you are in this absolutely insane world that we live in. Yikes. Where do you even begin? Anybody? Please, someone, throw us a lifeline, right? Maybe, hey, it's okay. The aliens, yeah, the blue beam. Yeah, that's not going away, right? Yeah, it's not going away. But maybe if they come, they can take us away. The good guys, right? We're the good guys. We're the pure blood. You don't want their blood. You want pure blood, right? You don't want well, I better watch what I'm saying now. Incoming strike, right? On this channel, actually, I think today is the 22nd. We should be now officially strike free. Hopefully, right? So, for how long is another question, of course. You never know, because YouTube, they decide. And actually, on my, I shouldn't laugh because I laugh because it's so insane where we are. When on my original channel, I think I might have mentioned it, I'm not sure, but we were on 2 strikes, and I did actually get a third well, I got a video removed while on 2 strikes, and it was for I shouldn't laugh again, but it was seemingly for what they claim was medical misinformation. Yeah, that one. Uh-huh, mhm. And we know all too well, it's not. And it was a video that I done about, I mean, 3 years ago. It was a it was actually a meme of the week video, and I spoke about the gene juice for about 20 seconds. Honest to God, man. For about 10 seconds to 20 seconds maximum, talking about the gene juice. And seemingly it didn't agree with the what the WHO say about it because they're the go-to. They're the people who tell you how it goes down. Hooray, right? Yeah. So they and it's really weird. Maybe mentioned it before, but I'm not sure. They removed the video, but they never issued a strike. Yet the video before, when that was about 3 years ago, again seemingly broke a guideline. They issued a strike. My the appeal that I put in, it failed. Yet that time when they removed the third, well, the video, the meme of the week video, I never got a strike. And if I did the video, the whole channel, once again for the third time, would have been terminated. Again. Ah, man. And do you know this? To be honest, we would have probably came back again. They can't keep us down, right? They've tried several times now. But on the original channel, we should be strike free also next month, I believe. So, I mean, we're getting there, right? But to be in this situation, first and foremost, is absolutely insane. That I've got to sit here and really consider about what I say, even if it is true, because YouTube keep people safe. Yeah, they keep you safe, right? Sure they do. Sure they do. Anyway, good evening, right? We are indeed back again. Well, hopefully we are, and hopefully the audio's okay. I'll jump into the chat, and then I want to cover one or two articles in regards to geoengineering. I never exploded there. It was geoengineering, right? Of course, it would have been stratospheric aerosol injection. Yeah. Which is not happening, by the way. I mean, that would be stupid. That would be a conspiracy theory. You would have to be insane. Oh, and also tonight. Fuck. Seemingly, chemtrails have been debunked. Right. Chemtrails debunked by some doctor who you can totally trust, right? He's an expert. He's got a white coat on. Sit down. And seemingly, I don't know how it's debunking what they call chemtrails, but we will have a look at it anyway. It's quite comical, to be honest. And there's one or two articles I want to cover again in regards to geoengineering, and it relates to a video that I did make last week, right? So we'll get into that in a sec. But first and foremost, we're going to jump into the chat. When was I last live? Friday, maybe? Or Thursday? I can't, can't even remember now. Oh, my God. Oh, well, there you go. But if I remember correctly, on the Friday, I put out, was it 2 videos in regards to weather manipulation? stratospheric, atmospheric manipulation. And on the Friday here, I'm sure it was Friday. Honestly, my memory, so much is going on, but I'm going to go with that, right? But the amount of spraying in the cloud, the very strange and unnatural cloud formations that we had was truly horrendous. Probably the worst I've ever seen it. And you might hear that a lot from me this year. I shouldn't laugh, but I did say early on, look, it's going to be ramped up big time. And I think we're already seeing it. I know on the Friday it was that bad. People are asking questions now that never asked anything before. So there's more people saying, "Hey, wait a minute, what's going on here in the sky?" Right? Maybe they were right. Ah, of course, yeah. So some of you might recall I did say that would happen. A lot more people, too many people, are going to start saying, "Hey, wait a minute, what's going on?" But of course, it'll coincide with them, with the hidden hand, the agenda bringing in all out in the open geoengineering, applauded by the sheeple. Because what are they going to offer? They're going to offer the holy, holiest of grails. What's that? Good question. What is the holiest of grails, you say? Ah, man. Well, it is indeed. Anybody? Of course, we know what the Holy Grail is. It's like the unreachable golden carrot, a bit like Scottish independence, but it's not that. Of course, the the Holy Grail is net zero. That's the Holy Grail. But there's one problem there. We're never going to get it, or they're never going to achieve it. So there's panic, right? Ah! The world's going to spontaneously combust. Is that even a word? We'll go with that, right? Or is it going to freeze? I can't remember now. I think it's going to do both, right? We'll go with that. So we'll quickly say hello, and then we'll get going. Otherwise, I'll be here all night talking nonsense, right? That's what he always does. Yeah, we know, we know. So, Steve Cray in the Hood, the number one moderator. Look no further than Mr. Cray, right? Of course, relation to the Crays, but it's a different spelling, but it's fine, right? It's all good. Good to see Steve in the Hood. Anglo Synth player in the Hood. Great to see you as well. A pleasure to have you tonight. It's a duck swimming on in. Great to see you. It's quite funny. It's a duck, although I'm pretty sure that would be a giraffe, right? So confusing. What are you trying to sell? You've confused me. Right, we'll go with it's a duck, possibly a giraffe, right? Who else have we got? My brother Scott's is in the Hood as well. We need to get Scott's back on. He's back on the go, and it's great to see Scott's armor. I've missed listening to Scott's take on the world that we're in, and I've caught up on a few lives that he's been on uh, around the circles, I guess, the YouTube community, if we can call it that. I guess we can, and it's great. I'm very happy to see that you're okay and you're back again. I always tend to worry about people more than I should, probably when you see them and then you don't. I know the guy John, the gentleman John, is the same. You tend to you see people from time to time, and then for a long time, and then you don't see them. You tend to think, bloody hell, I hope they're all right. But if I know one thing, I know what life can be like. Um, all aspects of it, to be honest. So it's good to see Scott's back again. Who else have we got? Clan Gun in the Hood as well. A pleasure to see you. I think Clan Gun was one of my first subscribers as well, way back in the days when I had about 10, possibly. That was the days, man. The golden years that was. Even then, I probably wouldn't be able to keep up with the chat, right? Although when I think back, and I said it before, it wasn't until about a year maybe until I done live streaming. And to be honest, I don't know if it was a good idea, but we're here. Um, I don't question too much in regards to why I do certain things because you would lose your mind probably, especially when it comes to me. So I tend to wing it, if you like. Do we know? Do we know? Do we know what that means? Probably, I'd imagine, right? Who else have we got? Um, but yeah, we're still here. We're still going. Even earlier on, I thought, why am I covering geoengineering? What? Why did I get into? Why am I drawn to it in such a manner? Because I feel like it's almost I have to cover it. I have to get it out there. I have to put out as much as I can and kind of trying to at least help people see it for what it probably is. And you see people who talk about, oh, what a lovely picture of a sunset, and it to them it looks really beautiful, but to me it don't. I understand where they see the beauty in it, but when, and there's a big but. If we're right about what we in regards to talk about weather modification, it's not an art. A lot of it is not natural. Far from it, unfortunately. October in the Hood as well. A bit early because seemingly it's May. So we'll let you off, right? October. A pleasure to see you back again. Did I miss anybody? Wendy B. We're all good for the audio. Great stuff. I know my accent is bad enough, so the audio needs to be perfect, pretty much, right? Not too good though. But okay, we'll go with that. Who else did I see? The beautiful Justine in the Hood. A pleasure to see Justine back again. Again, long term subscriber. We've we've been through it all together, right? The past three, what since I think I started making content on this channel in October 2019. And I think I made it in about the summer of that year. And honestly, I couldn't have picked a better time. And I remember thinking, well, I can talk about. I was into kind of talking about NASA, the moon landing, and stuff like that very early on, but maybe chemtrails as well. But it's became an even bigger part of the channel now. It may get a bit boring for some people, maybe even me. So we'll do what we can. We'll exhaust it as much as we can. Anything new that comes out, we'll be on it. If I can get the chance, I'll cover it. I'll give you my half penny on it. And then what you need to do is make up your own mind, right? That's what we've all got to do. It can be tough when there's that much information. And when it comes to that, I don't think that's by accident either. Like a gigantic information dump that got put on the masses. For what reason, I'm unsure, right? But I think there will be a time in the future where information is not so accessible. And for me personally, I've tried my best, at least in the past year, to collect as many books as at least the books that I feel um, could be necessary in regards to, I don't know, cooking, basic skills, first aid, all kinds of things, growing food, stuff like that. Because I mean, I could be way off the mark, but I reckon the internet in years to come, it won't be like it is today. Not going by history, not going by the way the agenda works, not going by where they want to take it into the smart world of the future. Look, it's like sci-fi. Yeah, like the movies. Yeah. Great, right? And I mean, even today, uh, and again, a lot of this is kind of objective, I suppose, because wait a sec, that's my phone ringing. It's my brother. He'll have to wait, right? I forgot what I was going to say now. He's put me off. Ah, would you believe that? Completely lost track. What was I going to say? Oh man, 22 minutes in and I lost track already because Danny tried to phone. Hey, it's all good in the hood. We'll get back to it. So yeah, basically the point to that was to collect as many books as we can. Yeah, books, internet. Yeah, I think it'll be different in short. And I genuinely hope I'm wrong to that, but the way they talk about the future of the internet, it's not going to be for me. It won't be for me. I won't be on it. So I have tried my best, and the best for me is going to different charity shops because it's cheap. Well, it should be cheap anyway. And today in this world, every penny is indeed a prisoner. And you can pick up some absolutely belting books in these wee charity shops. I'm unsure what it's like in America. Do you get many charity shops there? That's all you get here. I shouldn't laugh, right? Bookies, charity shop, maybe a pub. That's basically about it. When you look at the high street as well, it's been dying a slow death for about, I think, since about the year 2000, maybe 2001. It's been on its way out. The rise of the internet shopping, superstores, completely annihilating all the local businesses, individual businesses, wiping them out completely. I mean, here in Elgin, people used to go, you would go to different stores to get different things. Now you're going to one store and that's it. And people think that's good. That's what I was getting to before. A lot of it can be objective. People talk about oh, a smart city, a 15-minute city, that's a good idea. I like that. People have said that. Whereas me, I don't think it's a good idea. I can only see it restricting us even more than we already are. And again, we're getting dragged farther and farther away from, I guess, true freedom. And for me, hey, a 10-minute city is not a good idea. I know that people shared, I think it was a post or a screenshot of a discussion around 15-minute cities here in Elgin, at Elgin Academy, the school that I used to go to as well. That's going back a bit now, like, but I mean, I thought, yeah, that is bloody typical, that, right? And again, it's nothing new. All this has been talked about for a long time now. All about the carbon emissions and the carbon footprint, right? From cradle to grave. Yeah. But to a lot of the masses, it's kind of like news to them. Wait, what? 10-minute what? 15-minute what? Of course, they've all been too busy busy bees, right? Yeah. Working, you say? Well, no. Netflix, yeah. Well, working as well, to be honest. But I mean, you've got time after work. At least some of us maybe do, some of us don't, to be fair. But again, that as well. This constant work, work, work sort of mindset. And it's when money's really bad, that's all you can do. You've got to. And I mean, me personally, when it's that bad, I would take any job in the world to put bread on the table. I wouldn't care what it was. Well, actually, uh, we've all got a price, I suppose, right? If it involved taking the juice, no, I wouldn't. So yeah, that would be something, right? Again, this would go back to why we have to be, as much as we can, self sufficient as much as we can, even down to the food that we eat. Not just for our own health and well being, but for the simple fact that there could come a day where we can't get into the supermarket, the super duper smart supermarket, where you scan your, I don't know, what are we going to call it? Mark of the beast to get into your Asda or your Tesco's. And that simply will not be me. And I knew from the very start, this is a hill. This is well and truly a hill that I will die on, no matter what. I'm never going to buckle, bend, or fold. Just simply never. And that's the sort of mindset I had from the very, very off. I had a very bad feeling about it as soon as they started talking about, and when they started talking about they were going to roll out mass vaccination. That's what they called it, at least. But I remember my gut actually turning and pretty much sinking, my heart sinking right down, because I already knew then what these treatments can do or do. Let's go with that. So I had no doubt in my mind it would be the same. And what did they do? Oh, super duper warp speed! Yeah, it doesn't matter about the testing. Don't be stupid. It's a pandemic. Remember? Fucking hell. Oh, fuck. Honest to God, man. Oh, yeah, super duper. And when they talk, I mean, it was so insane, even to that point. But when they mentioned then that it would be mRNA, gene, mRNA super duper gene juice, let's go with that. I could not, I honestly could not. It took me a while to kind of grasp that. It's like, what? A gene juice for the masses for what they called a coronavirus, which pre 2020, yeah, I better be careful, right? Uh, which pre 2020 wasn't really much to be said about. But cue the media, lights, camera, action. The bodies, the bad acting, incoming strike now. The movie set, yeah, rolling into a town near you. Popping up testing centres everywhere. Hooray! Clap for the NHS. Yeah, that was another one that turned my stomach big time. Honestly, and to think about it now, man, to think how foolish people can be. Standing there on their fucking doorsteps, clapping their hands, while people died at home. because the NHS would not fucking let them in. They clapped. They clapped en masse. That really did turn my stomach, that, honestly. I could have strangled that people. Simply because they should have been seeing it for what it was. There was no one that should have been clapping. It should have been the opposite of that. They should have been slapping the NHS. And of course, what were they doing? They were all waiting, dancing on TikTok, dancing, dancing at the height of what they called a pandemic. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And still today, they people can't get appointments or they struggle to get an appointment. Oh, you can speak to a doctor on the phone now. Oh, fantastic. Great. He can look at my broken leg through the phone. Oh, don't worry. They can do a video call, right? Oh, I can fix it through the video call. I mean, I said this before. It cracked me up one day when my wife phoned. I shouldn't laugh. I shouldn't. It shows you my sense of humor. My wife phoned up to get an appointment, and she was on the phone for about an hour and a half, only to be told, "Yeah, you've got a phone. You've got an appointment, but it's on the phone. You can't come in, right?" Oh yeah, but who said the pandemic's over? Yeah, it might be back, I guess, right? It's always probably going to be lurking in the wings now. Oh, another variant. It's not bat soup this time. It's, I don't know, monkey soup, maybe? Do we get that somewhere? Ah, bloody hope not, right? So yeah, we went off a wee bit there, to be fair. We were speaking about chemtrails. Yeah, well, it's probably all connected, to be fair. I mean, when I my honest view on the spraying situation is they are doing many, many agendas when it comes to spraying. It's not just, in my view, it won't be just um, atmospheric manipulation. There's going to be other elements to what's being dropped upon us. And I think I mean, you could say, well, prove it. Well, actually, if you look, the evidence may well be there. Not quite written as toxins being sprayed from an aircraft now poisons the ground. Not quite in that way, but in a different way. But of course, they won't blame what's really to fucking blame, right? I'm trying not to swear. Hopefully I'll get better at it. Of course they won't. They'll probably blame us. Oh, you poisoned the soil driving to work. How dare you, right? Of course, we're always to blame. Not only that, we foot the bill every time. No matter what agenda it is, we are the ones who lose out in the end. Even when it comes to, well, especially when it comes to the whole war, the World War III situation. Who's going to be the loser there, do you think? It's going to be the people, the genuine people. It's not going to be the 1%. Oh no, they don't get affected by war. Well, they do. Their bank balance does. Whoosh, sky high like a rocket. War equals money to the psychopaths of the world. Yeah, they love it. They love it. And I think we are now heading into, slowly but surely, a world of a kind of prolonged war. a prolonged war scenario. I don't think it's going to be like how people think World War Three, the whole world. Nah, nah, nah. They will kick the arse right out of it to the point where we are sick to our core, if not already, of Ukraine, Russia, Putin, bombs. Ukraine, Russia, Putin, bombs, Zelensky, money, aircraft. Support, 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 bombs, British bombs, German bombs. Yeah. Where's it all going? What do they say about the words that they use? The world that they create? I guess you could think 1984 on steroids. Then I think we're almost there. The aliens will come out, Scott's armor. They better bloody take me. Honestly, my late father used to say that. Ah, yeah, but they won't come and take me, even though I wish they would. And when I've maybe mentioned this before, in about when would it have been? 20. When would it have been? It's hard for me to remember what year. It must have been in about 2009. My late father, my brother, one of my brothers, and my best friend seen a UFO, a UFO, or whatever the Navy's calling it these days. I don't know. To be honest, I probably don't care. It's not we green men, it's the hidden hand. That's my view. Spoiler alert, right? But they seen a triangular UFO with lights on it, all flickering like a Christmas tree. And it was hovering right above my neighbour's house at the time. There's an old lady. I don't know why I find that funny, but it was hovering above her house. And they seen it out the window. Lots of people seen it. Clear as you like. And then it flew off, not speeding, but it flew away. And another couple who followed it in their car, they followed it to right beside the military camp in Lossiemouth. And then seemingly it flew away. But I think that gives you an idea as to where these craft might originate. Not Mars, not the moon, not Pluto, not Uranus. But probably probably here on Earth. I know there's not so much entertainment in regards to that. Well, we want it to be from Mars. That's the kind of mindset of a lot of people. And they always say, well, we can't be alone. We simply can't. And they hate the thought of it. It's like, no, we need to go to Mars to save humanity, right? That's what they're thinking now. And again, hey, comedy gold in my view, but there you go. So, what we're going to do now is jump. Oh, Frank's in the hood. Frank, the information tank. Good to see you tonight, Frank. A pleasure. Richard's in the hood as well. Good to see Richard back again. And did I miss anybody else? Probably. I apologize if I did. But we're going to go. Are we still going? Let me see. I've got two screens, but one of them's decided to not work. Just my luck. So let me see if I can work the screen right. We should be live on Twitter tonight as well. No one watches. If you went over, it would be like Tumbleweed City. Man, I don't know why I bother. Honest to God, but there you go. I kind of get that feeling a wee bit with the website, so maybe people can use it a bit more. I don't know. I kind of feel If I don't use it, if other people are not using it, then I don't see there being much point at the moment. Is there really that much need for it? I mean, it does get quite regular visits, I guess. So I tend to think, well, I'll keep it going. I need to kind of update it. So remember and check it out, right? Don't have me chasing you. Get it checked out. You're blocked on Twitter. Who blocked you? Elon Musk, probably. What did you say about Elon, the bastard son of Von Braun? That's my view. I bet you he wouldn't reply to that. He has retweeted the fact that Von Braun, seemingly a scientist, wrote a science fiction novel, as they do. And it was about a guy who went to Mars called Elon. Yeah. Of course, we all know about that, right? We've covered that in quite a bit of depth, actually. When, God only knows, but hey, it'll be there somewhere. I mean, there's that much surrounding the character, the entity Elon Musk. We'd be here quite a while, but we likely will get into that dude again. He's one of these characters, people are going to fall for him. They're going to be like, oh, he's one of us. He said chemtrails. He said tyranny's bad. He's a good guy. Don't be fooled. When you pick a side, you've been duped straight up. So really think about it, consider it before you throw your weight behind anybody. And do so at your peril. Hey, I'm not perfect either, right? We can all get it wrong. Of course, I was fast asleep. Let's say maybe what, 10 years ago, 8. And then gradually I feel that I've sort of came to, and I've still got lots to learn, I can assure you. But for me personally, I feel that if I better understand the world we're in, I feel more content. And I live by whatever's going to happen is going to happen. My dad used to say, hey, if it's meant for you, it won't pass you. You probably can't stop it. So I walk strong, my head high, and especially the fact that I've got children that look up to me. Deep down, I know that I need to set an example. The best example I believe is right. No one else. So I try my best. Let's go with that, right? If you try, what you can't go wrong, right? So let me see if I can screen share. Am I doing the right thing? One of these days we're going to get it right. The entire screen. We'll go with that. Will I need the audio? Probably not, but maybe. Maybe. So now we should be. There we go. Ta-da! It worked. So what I need to do now is I'm going to take you first to an article that is in regards to the Central Intelligence Agency. Them guys, right? I'm sure we all know who they are. Who are they? Who's the CIA? Yeah. I mean, the CIA, when it comes to them, they've got their claws in so many bloody things. It's so wrong. It is so wrong. And I've talked about a guy before, Udo, a German journalist he basically became a whistleblower in about 2017. And he came out and said, look, we are not journalists. What happens is the CIA come to us. They tell us what to write. That is it. And if you do what you're told, you keep your job and you get lots of goodies. Hooray! Shower them with money. And if you don't, you get nothing. And you might even get a lot more than nothing. Because when it comes to the guy Udo, I'm sure his name's Udo, he died of a heart attack. And yeah, we know about that, right? I mean, yeah, these things happen, but all very fitting and coincidental. If there is such a thing as coincidence, I doubt it, to be honest. So, are we good to go? We're good to go. We should be rolling. So we're jumping back to 2013 to begin with, right? Let me just double check. Excuse me. Get him off! Look, I've never said I was professional. No, in fact, I don't even claim to be an amateur. I'm unsure if I can say a beginner when I've been doing it for what, 3 years, nearly four. I still say amateur because I kind of do it. I've only been doing it part time. We'll go with that. Although my wife would probably disagree with the part time part. I can get sometimes a wee bit carried away in looking into even topics that I don't even discuss or might never discuss. I guess you get kind of drawn in. I always lead from sort of one topic into the next, reading another document, reading another book. Uh, from the book, then going on to a different document, and it's hey, they don't call it a rabbit hole for no reason, I guess, right? Let me see, why is it not bloody working? Can't get the staff right. I'm going to blame it on Danny. It's since he phoned, he put me off track. He might be listening. We're all good. We're all good. You might hear an aircraft in the back. It's been for the past few days. It's been quite bad. In regards to air traffic, military air traffic, British military, RAF, and American military, American Army, American Navy. Probably the American Navy right now, if I looked on the flight radar. But I noticed as well, a lot of them are not on the flight radar, but I can hear it. I know for a fact it's in the sky and it's there, but it's not on the radar. So even when it comes to the flight radar, you're not seeing the true picture of the actual amount of military that is currently in the UK skies. And I don't think that's good. Um, I've kind of put the UK into the top three for potential incidents to happen. Maybe even this year. Um, sounds a bit grim, right? Sounds a bit grim, that. Get them off! We don't want bad news. I know the feeling. But I kind of also, and I've said this from the very start, I, I'm not going to dance around anything to try and paint it in a positive note. I just can't. And I know the guy, our brother Ian, spoke to a guy on the last Jacobites, who does content or is a go-to or whatever, and he basically said he'll only talk about positive or paint things in a positive manner. And I thought, well, why would you do that? That's probably got us to where we are in the first place. He painted it positive. Oh, actually, it's bad. Yeah. And I mean, I wish, don't get me wrong, I absolutely wish it was all positive and great and wonderful and roses. But we have to be first and foremost straight up with ourselves. especially about what's in front of us, the world that we're in now, right now. And I genuinely feel that could be a big part of why we are where we are. Oh, it'll be fine. Yeah. That sort of mentality where I mean, hey, we can all have that from time to time. Oh, it's going to be all right. Don't worry about it. But I kind of feel that there's got to be a time where someone's got to make a stand, right? If not us, then who? That's the question. I see unknown is in the hood. I'm trying to look at two screens, but I don't think it's a good idea because uh, I'm bad at multitasking. Can I put it up there maybe? Is that going to work? Or is that going to be a mistake? Or is it going to be too small for me to read? Hey, I guess that would be white privilege issues, right? Me having bad eyesight. Terrible! Absolutely terrible! Anyway, the CIA. Where would we be without them? The CIA. Exploring geoengineering. Huh? Ways to control weather to actually reverse global warming? Huh? They can do that, can they? Sure, why not, right? Like, yeah, let's reverse it by adding more toxins to the atmosphere. Hooray! Let's block out the sun. Yeah. Yeah. So the CIA of all people. Oh, look at that. It's been raining. She had to take her umbrella. Terrible. Bloody climate change. We've definitely got to get net zero, right? Look at them struggling in the rain. Yeah. So the CIA is helping to bankroll a study exploring ways to reverse global warming by controlling, yep, you guessed it, the fucking weather. The CIA is giving more than 600,000 to the National Academy of Sciences for a study that will last for 21 months. Right. 600,000, eh? Yeah. Not 666. Maybe it was. Maybe it was. So yeah, thank God the CIA, right? The NAS study titled Geoengineering Climate Technical Evaluation and Discussion of Impacts. Yeah. Will be funded by the CIA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, and the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. Aha. Wait, what? What? I thought they were a space agency. Don't be stupid. Since when? Oh, yeah, the space station that's not in space. Yeah, of course. Silly me. Of course, yeah. NASA would be there. Of course they would. Because when it comes to NASA, they're not a space agency. They're a climate company. You better believe it. I thought they went to the moon. Yeah, they went to the moon in New Mexico. Clovis Air Force Base, Hangar 16. There you go. There's your moon, right? So of course, yeah, the space agency would be there. Of course, yeah, that makes sense because they're going to spray it in space, right? Well, they're not. Okay, never mind. The NES will be exploring several options to determine their effectiveness in controlling climate conditions. In controlling climate conditions, with the possibility of using these techniques in the future to reverse global warming. Ah, fucking hell. Ah, I see. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh huh. Yeah, right. So the NES will be exploring several options to determine their effectiveness in controlling climate conditions, with the possibility of using these techniques in the future to reverse global warming. So, which is it then? Controlling the climate or reversing global warming? Because, in my view, they're two very different things. Shock horror. Confused. Confusion already, right? There's always confusion. The project will test solar radiation management, SRM, and carbon dioxide removal. Yeah, yeah, of course, yeah. CDR techniques, SRM techniques, excuse me, would either reflect or block sunlight, but would not reduce would not reduce greenhouse gases or their other harmful effects, and se- would serve as a bandage to the issue. Yeah, a quick, albeit temporary fix. Yeah, a temporary fix. Right. Yeah, that sounds great. That does it. Oh, it won't do anything, but we're going to do it anyway. SRM techniques would either reflect or block sunlight. Hmm. But would not reduce. Ah! How are we going to get net zero? Of course, we also need to completely stop living. There's that side as well, because these come hand in hand, by the way. Oh, yeah. Mitigation, right? So it would not reduce greenhouse gases. Well, scrap it then. What is the point? Oh, it's a plaster. Hooray for plasters. They're so great. Oh, it's like a vaccine. It's like a vaccine, right? Yeah. We'll go with that. The study will look. Why is that annoying me? The study will look at the impact of using SRM and or CDR techniques, risks, potential consequences, cost, effectiveness in reducing ocean acidification. Nothing is safe from these guys, right? Nothing. Potential range and how quickly different they can be used. Other aspects of the study will include an examination of the history of geoengineering, right? And its effects on society. Yeah. What effects would it have not seeing a blue sky for what? I don't know, years? Public reaction. A discussion on other techniques not tested in the study and future research topics. Hooray! National security concerns and international agreements. Yeah. Like a one world agreement already in place that would allow the development of geoengineering techniques will also be discussed in this study. I bet you. According to the experiment, According to the experiment design, quote, this study is intended to provide a careful, clear, scientific foundation that informs ethical, legal, and political discussions surrounding geoengineering. Close quote. Hooray! Fear not, these guys have got it covered, right? Sure. The report written by Dana Lieb, Liebel, Lieb, Liebelson. Ah, man, we'll go with Dana, right? The report written by Dana and Chris Mooney states the project will cost 630,000. Huh. Added on 15 grand each, right? Oh, you need to pay us as well. That will be split between the government agencies. Ah, the good guys. In the experiment design, it lists, the support of, quote, the US intelligence community, close quote. Hooray! Totally nothing to fear whatsoever. These guys, you can trust them. They're on our side, right? They must be. Yeah, if only. If only. So the intelligence community. Anybody in that? Anybody want to fess up to being in the CIA? Remember the guy Jones, Alex Jones, said, oh, I've got family in the CIA. Yeah. Switch that off then, right? That's all you need to hear from Alex Jones. Of course, he doesn't go shouting about it all the time, but he definitely did. And I mean, if people out there feel they can trust an entity connected to the CIA, I don't know. Not me. Not me. An NAS spokesman told Mother Jones, is that Alex Jones's mother? Fucking hell. That referred to the CIA, but the spy agency did not comment on the claims. It was looking at ways to manipulate the weather. Yeah, hush, hush, hush. Don't want to be talking about that. Don't speak to the press. Someone might slip, right? They might slip up. Yeah, a bit like, I don't know, Neil Armstrong when he talked about controlling the weather. Yeah. And here we are, over what, 50 years later from that day when Neil Armstrong joked about controlling the weather. Neil Armstrong of NASA. Yeah, you don't have to look far. When it comes to weather manipulation, you don't have to look far. You're going to see NASA. No two ways about it. And when Armstrong made that joke, it might have been seen as a joke, but to be honest, it wasn't a joke. They really were working on controlling the weather, even then. Because we know today there's documents from the 40s that talk about controlling the weather, specifically in California. So if you go by the documented evidence of that, this is old news, man. The fact that people dismiss weather manipulation today is quite comical, really. I mean, where the have they been, right? Where have they been? And knowing us, it'll be too little, too late. Although, we're still here, right? We're still going. Um, the Mother Jones report. Ah, bugger. I lost my second screen again. Yep, it's gone. My phone died. Wah, wah, wah. We'll be all good in the hood. The Mother Jones report discusses the fear that geoengineering techniques could be launched by countries, companies, or wealthy individuals. Huh. To change climate, for their own benefit. Imagine that. Imagine that. Yeah. Oh, so close. Oh, yet so far. The report brings up the case of Russ George, hmm, who used geoengineering techniques to test release iron in the air that would increase the production of plankton that would then reduce the carbon dioxide in the air. Carbon dioxide that plants eat. But hey, that's probably a conspiracy theory now. And plants don't eat that. Don't be stupid. Humans don't need oxygen. Yeah. Look out for it, right? Look out for it. A lot of this we certainly already know. The idea of any government agency looking at ways to control or manipulate the weather will be met with scrutiny. Yeah, by who exactly? Scrutiny. And fears, yeah, of a malign conspiracies. Fears of malign conspiracies. Is it malign? I can never say it, pronounce it. In theory, the CIA could be looking at ways to reduce global warming, but there is a fear it could also be weaponizing the weather. Huh. The very last words. Weaponizing the weather. Surely not, right? Surely not. Why would they do that? They have to stay here too. They have to breathe the air too. This can't be. Yeah, let's go with that. So I want to take you now to 2023. And if you look at the moment, I don't know if anybody checks into this as much as me, but if you look at the some of the latest of late news, if you like, regarding geoengineering, chemtrails, whatever you want to call it, the fact checkers, all hail the fact checkers, hooray! We'd be so lost without them. So we're so lucky that Bill Gates funds these entities that fact check everything for our safety. Doesn't that just make you feel so safe and comfortable? Sure, let's go with that, right? But the fact checkers are saying, no, the UN's not geoengineering. No, the UN's not going to be spraying. No, chemtrails are not real. It's not a thing. It's water vapor. Sit down. Watch Netflix, right? New movies. Don't look up. Yeah. But of course, the UN are. There is a handful of entities behind geoengineering. And I bet you any money people here could fucking name them all. It's not hard. It's always the usual suspects, and the UN is indeed one of them. And I've already seen documentation where the United Nations are a big pusher of, at the moment, what they call research into geoengineering. But who are they trying to kid? Because it's totally not already happening, right? So we're going to February 28th, 2023. Fortune. The UN wants to seriously, we're getting serious now. This is serious shit. Right? Strap in. Oh, fucking hell. Strap in. Because, yeah, we're going on one hell of a ride. The UN wants to seriously. You've got to say it like that. Seriously explore reflecting sunlight back into space. Ah, space. To avert a climate crisis. Huh. Right, but it won't though, will it? Remember what they said? Remember what they claimed? Oh, it's like a plaster. It's like a wee bandage. Hooray for the bandage. Oh, but now it's the saviour. We must do it. Yeah. Slowly but surely, bottling, funneling down to, yep, we're going to do it. Is there anyone who thinks that they won't go ahead with solar radiation management or stratospheric aerosol injection? Yeah, I know they're already doing it, but all in the open, right? Backed by the sheeple. I mean, I genuinely hope not. Honest to God. I'm practically praying that I'm wrong. But going by what I can gather, it is definitely going to happen. No two ways about it. So we got to kick back as much as we can on this. I genuinely feel we've got to. At least I've got to. People can do whatever it is they need to do. We're all kind of in our own battles here against the powers that be. But I feel like it's a fight that kind of calls me to an extent. I'm drawn to it. But it's okay because they're going to spray this. Wait a minute, spray the sky. What was that Oh, surely not. Yeah, they're going to spray the sky with toxins. Yeah, but it's natural toxins, right? Nothing to worry about. Then they're going to reflect sunlight back, but they're unsure actually if it's going to reflect back as in up the way or actually down the way. Because what would that then do? Hmm? Can they guarantee that it's not going to be reflecting back down to us and putting us under some form of fucking magnifying glass? I'm sure it'll be fine, right? I'm sure it'll be fine. That's the attitude to take. And that's what the majority of sheep will do. Ah, it'll be fine. You'll notice there, this is where I named the video from. Is blocking out the sun, is blocking the sun's rays worth the risk? And I called it that because, honest to God, man, this is one of these questions, phrases, sentences from time to time that I come upon, and it dawns on me how bad of a situation we genuinely are in. Honest to God. Is blocking the sun's rays worth the risk? That's a genuine fucking question. The sun. So that's why that's why I named it that, right? This is where we are. I mean, it is complete insanity. Honest to God. If they go ahead with this, and I personally, like I said, in my own view, they will. It is going to happen. Unless I've got a spanner in the works, or someone does, you never know. We're likely not even going to know or see the fruits of someone's labor who has actually kicked back against the agenda. Because these types of, I don't know, what could you maybe call them? Lone Rangers, heroes probably would be the word. They would pretty much have to go into some form of invisible mode where they leave their life completely for a certain period of time, then go off on whatever their calling may be, and we might never hear anything of them again. And the likelihood, if they do cause damage, we probably wouldn't hear of it. Because, of course, they control the media. They control pretty much every single thing that we hear, see, and almost think. So I don't know. I kind of feel that there probably is people out there. I'm not talking about Elon Musk or Donald Trump or any puppet like that. I'm talking about your average dude who finally took it upon himself to make a change, to make a to to at least try and kick it back. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe no one has. I doubt it. I'm sure there has been, and I'm sure there will be more. You won't find them on a Facebook group. You won't find them on Twitter. You simply won't. They wouldn't be that stupid. Because, of course, if you're there, they know everything that you do, everything that you say, tracking you, tracing you, bugging you. Microphones and every single bloody thing they can think of. Cameras everywhere now. Look at what is it they call it again? The uh, uh, Amazon doorbells, the Ring doorbell. I mean, everywhere I go now, they've got them. Honest to God. She didn't laugh, but it's like, bloody hell. And crime's getting terrible, so people are thinking, well, actually, it's a good idea to get it. The police are fucking non-existent. And it's going to get to a point, especially in wee places like this, where there's you simply can't get the police. People are going to take the law into their own hands, because I will be if push comes to the shove, I won't be phoning the fucking police. No way. That'll be the last people that I phone, because they'll probably come and arrest me. But that's not the person that I am. The way that my dad brought me up, the police would not even cross my mind. It would have to be me that dealt with it. Straight away, straight up, nipped on the bud. That's how in my view, I mean, you would be wasting your time if you contacted the police. That's all you would be doing. Unless, of course, you were, I don't know, you knew about a secret handshake. Then maybe they might come. Otherwise, you can forget it. And I know I can only speak for where I stay, but from what I can gather, it's quite bad elsewhere. In regards to the UK, the police where are they exactly? I mean, they've never been there here anyway, so it's no surprise to me, to be honest. Wait a sec. Kids, right? Who would have them? Have kids, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Or wait, was that about a dog? Either way. Not much fun, but there you go. I got sidetracked there. Toffee's in the hood. Good to see Toffee, our brother from the land of Scouse, the capital of Wales. We're going to go with that, right? Good evening, Toffee. And Warlock's in the hood. Good to see you back again. Did I miss anybody else? Oh, Phil. Good to see Phil back again. Um, Carmel's in the hood. A pleasure to see Carmel. Thank you for the continued support. Much appreciated. So, yeah. Oh, Sensum, where did he go? Our English brother. He disappeared. He's like that. He's away on holiday again, right? Back again, Sensum. Jesus, why have you sent a whole book? Eh? Typical of Sensum that. When Sensum does a live stream, he does his homework to a T. And all his notes and structure and like a proper professional. When it comes to me, I just wing it. Couple of notes, maybe, if I'm lucky, and go with it, right? But it is good to also have a bit of structure and do it, I guess, properly would be the word. So a pleasure to see our brother Sensum. I hope you're doing well. Did I miss anybody else? Spanish chicken in the hood. There you go. Back again. Good to see you. Have you got an email? Yeah, I have actually. I can type it in. Can I? I can't even really see. Wait a sec. If you go to make sure I write this correct. At panicgmail.com. Is that correct? Oh, Binoki. Yeah, I think that I'm asking you, right? I think that might be it. So you can easily hit me up there, and I appreciate the emails that I do get from people. Glasses, yeah, that would be an idea. The capital of Wales. It is, right? It is. Look it up, man. Liverpool is the capital of Wales. I think that's better than being part of England. Let's go with that. Do you know what? If you want, Liverpool can join Scotland, right? I'll accept Liverpool, possibly Newcastle, um, Derby. Nah, sorry, sent them. I can't. London, nope. Is London even classed as England anymore? Surely not, right? It can't be. It can't be. Surely not. But what I want to do while Toffee's here, I want to get him on at some point as well. So I might get Toffee on, send some back on, and our brother Scott's. It would be good to get him back again. Cornwall, I don't know. Um, nah, I couldn't. I'm not keen. Sorry. I'm going to be hated by people now, right? London Stan. Yeah, that's probably a good word for it. A new name for it, right? I mean, London, wow, what have they done, man? What have they done? How long has it took for London to be completely destroyed? If you took someone from, I don't know, you dug them up and took them back to life. They say they died in, I don't know, the 1950s, 60s from London. And you showed them London now, they would die again of shock. I guarantee you. Go try it. Try it, right? They would. They would. They definitely would. The shock alone would be enough to put them back into the grave. It's been completely turned on its head, and the UK, it's London. What's happened in London has become like a rot on the UK, and it's spreading like a wild fungus. Fungulstan. That's what it'll be next, right? So we'll get back quickly because I've still got. I was hoping to finish about 11, maybe a wee bit after. I've still got to walk the dog. You'll be raging, right? You'll be pacing at the moment. Where the fucking hell is he? My walk. He was at the vet's today. He's doing good. He's a wee bit overweight. Why have I got a starred? Oh, sent some. I was away to say. Do you know this? I never even noticed what that was. It shows you how often I get a a super chat. Not often, but I'm very grateful. Thank you very much. Sent some. I was wanting to send you an item as well, but sent some wouldn't give me his address. He was too scared. No, I'm not doing that. So I can't send it, but maybe he'll pluck up the courage, right? And I can repay you for your kind donations, right? That helps for it helps my website first and foremost. But I mean, I would never be able to. I don't even really want to get into the money that I do spend because it doesn't matter. For me, that's not what it's about. I'm here because I like creating content. So as long as I like creating it, I'm going to keep doing it. And I don't want to be putting. I'm never going to put it behind a subscription or anything like that. I don't want to. I want people to just come on and watch it without any hassle. What are you saying anyway? What are we saying here? What is he? He's being racist again, I bet you. This is a complete, utter conspiracy theory. Someone sold me some cloud seeds, and 3 months later, all I had was a beanstalk. Yeah, that was Jack. Yeah, that's a good one. That. Did you think of that yourself? That's worthy. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, cloud seeding. That would be a conspiracy theory. Don't be silly. I never even knew what that starred was. I've never seen that before. So thank you very much. Sent some, much appreciated. We missed a few comments there. Now I know to keep an eye. I can't multitask, right? So let me go. Oh, Dave is in the hood as well. Good to see Dave, and it's good to see people laughing. I'm always happy when I see people laughing and engaging with each other and not falling out. I mean, it's hey, people fall out as well. Again, when I do the Bill Cooper stuff as well, there's always people who Bill Cooper, he was I don't know, a Jew or whatever, and I always like the sort of people butting heads. I don't know. I feel that there's not enough of that. When you've got a situation where people disagree, it's a bit like being in the 90s again, or like on Bebo. Remember the old Bebo, the Bebo groups that you used to get on Bebo? That's going back a bit now, right? I think that's round about the time when I kind of started waking up to the world that we're in, which is interesting, right? What did Bebo do to me? Of course, it's been a long time in the making. I don't think there's any. Well, I awoke overnight moments. I think there's a general build up of moments where you think, that's not right. I don't know what the dogs are doing. See, I've got a dog. My neighbour's got, I think, 3 dogs. So I've got a dog and a cat. They've got 3 dogs and I think 3 cats as well. It's like the animal farm out the back, man. They're everywhere chasing the birds and the pheasants as well. We've got a pheasant and there was a deer roaming about out the back of mine, which was quite cool. Although it was on the road at one point. So everybody's quickly. You don't want to hit a deer, right? You'll be paying. You'll be paying for that. So we'll jump back because I was wanting to. speak as well. I guess we kind of have chatted. Um, I like engaging. So, like I said before, look, this is the title. Chemtrails debunked. What? Fucking hell. That's a big claim, that, right? Chemtrails debunked. Huh. Chemtrails debunked. Yeah. By Dr. Ron Smith. So, John Smith, then, right? By Dr. John Smith at the University of Joe Bloggs. More likely, the University of Rockefeller. That would be more like it. And of course, hey, you don't have to look far either into funding of geoengineering linked into the Rockefellers, the Rockefeller Foundation, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, of course, as well. And I mean, Bill Gates is basically a Rockefeller. In my view, that's how I see him. A Rockefeller lapdog is what he is. No two ways about it. And there is family connection there. So they've been debunked. It's fine. We can all go home now. We can look at the colour in this bad boy. Ah, but it's water vapour. Yeah. See, when they say that, I tend to think, well, yeah, reflection of water, rainbow. But I also look at that and think, well, that doesn't say rainbow to me. It says more. How could I put it? Think of a puddle of water with petrol in it. That's what it looks like to me. Not a rainbow. Far from a rainbow, to be honest. It's like petrol in water. That's what it's like. That's my view, at least, on that. So they've been debunked. It's all good in the hood. It's totally fine. It's water vapor. And this guy works in aviation. Let's go with that. So have we got time? I think we'll be okay. I'll try my best, right? How a rare and beautiful atmospheric and aerodynamic phenomenon is fueling, no pun intended, wild conspiracy theories. Right. Aeronautical expert and aviation photographer Ron Smith explains how fictional chemtrails are being confused with iridescent contrails. Ah, there was confusion. It's fine. It's fine. You got confused. Ah, silly me. I'm going to pack up now. It's finished. We're done. I got confused by fictional chemtrails and iridescent contrails. Silly me. And thank God Ron was there to debunk it. I can relax now. What a weight off my shoulder is even. Let's go with that. Dip into. Wait for it. It's not what you think. Any social media account that is vaguely related to aviation or aeronautics, and one is likely to be accosted by various posts claiming that some undefined agency is using air transport to spray the Earth's population with various chemicals. This process is either described as chemtrails or geoengineering. Right. But they're not the same thing, right? Hmm. So, straight off the bat, the guy's saying that people would claim air transport is spraying the Earth's population with various chemicals. Right. But that is happening though. I mean, that's what aircraft do. They've got exhausts, right? In this case of chemtrails, the alleged I've got to watch with this bit actually. The alleged chemicals typically mentioned include barium, aluminium, human plasma. To be honest, I've not heard of that one, but okay. The spreading of the you know what infection. Uh huh. Right. Or involuntary gene juices. Huh. With the supposed intent of anything from weather manipulation, population control, spreading pandemics, or psychological influence of the masses. That would be stupid. And to be honest, I would not rule any of them out. It would be stupid to rule any of them out, given the history of the powers that be. The good guys, right? So you can see how much they throw into this here. Oh, it was COVID. Oh, it was vaccines. Oh, it was spreading this. Oh, it was plasma. Oh, it was this. Oh, it was that. Oh, it was that. They make it sound completely insane. Of course, yeah. And people read it and think, oh, that would be stupid. Really? Would it? Would it though? Contrails or chemical trails? Yeah, that's the question. Most proponents are aware of airliner engine exhaust contrails. Engine exhaust contrails. Well, I thought that was a conspiracy theory a minute ago. But distinguish these from the long lasting trails that can be shed in the right atmospheric conditions, or the chemistry needs to be perfect. Absolutely perfect. Almost impossibly perfect. Right. These are often described as chemtrails by chemtrail conspiracy believers. Fucking conspiracy believers, right? That's a new one, right? Conspiracy believers. Yeah. Now, atmospheric scientists. The white coats, right? Hooray! You can trust them. Look, he's holding a test tube. Now, atmospheric scientists will say that the question of whether contrails will occur at all. I'll say that again. Now, atmospheric scientists will say that the question of whether contrails will occur at all die out after a short distance or persist for tens of minutes or longer is solely determined by the local atmospheric conditions. Right. The critical issues are humidity and temperature. If the air is very dry, contrails do not form at all. Right. or are of short duration? Huh. If it's very dry, contrails do not form at all. Hmm. Really? Really? In particular, if the air is supersaturated with respect to ice formation, the water vapor in the exhaust contrails turns immediately into ice particles. Hooray for the ice particles! We knew it all along. Sit down. Which can then become persistent and be claimed as evidence of chemtrails. Right. But it's ice crystals, right? And look, it shows you an example here. The guys took a photo. This is persistent contrails that might be mistaken. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, this is cracking me up, man. Honest to God. All right. And Ron Smith took it. John Smith. So this is a contrail here. I mean, look at that. Look at the colour in that. That's similar to the blue one that I seen. It was like It was one of these strange aircraft with no information on it. It shot right over my head and looked exactly like that. When I was reading the article, I thought, wait a minute, that's one of my photos. It was that similar, but it's not. I don't think it is. It's Ron Smith's, of course, right? And I mean, look at the difference. Look how it's spreading out into a mist, a milky white mist. Ah, you think it's a chemtrail, but it's a contrail. Silly me. The formation and duration of contrails is clearly of interest to pilots. Yeah. And I well remember from my schoolboy air cadet days, hooray, visiting RAF Waiting, then equipped with the Victor SR2, being shown meteorological briefing data emphasizing the altitudes at which contrail formation could be expected. But why though? Why would they be discussing that? Air cadets. Seems a bit far fetched, that to me. Oh, yeah, he was reading data about contrails. Yeah, air cadets as a boy. Fuck off. Ah, man. The chemtrail conspiracy has to be a has to be sorry has to a degree has to a degree been fed by few mischievous individuals posting images of cockpit switches labeled as chemtrail control. Yeah, because that's what it would be called, right? I mean, it was so obvious they were faked, and in my view, deliberately put out there. So yeah, contrail, chemtrail control. I am confused now. Or images of aircraft. Is it late? Yeah, we'll go with that. It's late. Or images of aircraft under test carrying barrels of water to explore flight conditions at different combinations of weight and center of gravity. Huh. We still testing for that? Are we? Do we not know about that now? Do we not use computer modeling for that? No, it's the old water in a barrel. Yeah. So when it comes to the images, I've seen quite a lot of them with the containers or the barrels, what have you. I don't know. The chemtrail control one, I had to rule that out as being fake. Again, I could be wrong. That's my conclusion on that one. But it certainly wouldn't mean that chemtrails themselves are fake. Far from it. Deception comes in many different ways, even from pretty much within. There are there are ongoing research activities linked to climate change that suggest that it might be possible to reduce global temperature in to reduce global temperature increases by modifying the atmosphere to reflect more solar energy into space. This is known as solar geoengineering or albedo modification. The fact that this research is known to be underway has added fuel to the conspiracy theorists' arguments. Huh. Yeah, because geoengineering sounds a bit like chemtrails? Surely not, right? It can't be. Yeah, all very fitting indeed. This only came out a few weeks ago. However, as stated by Harvard University, hooray! All hail the go to for all you need to know, right? Of course, what do we know about Harvard? What society oozes out of that evil entity? Honest, I can't stand these universities. They boil my piss, put it that way. So, however, as stated by super duper Harvard, quote, study of solar geoengineering is in the very early stages, and the topic is rightly a very controversial area of climate policy because if it ever were tested at large scales or implemented, it could involve physical risks and would raise a range of serious socio-political and ethical issues. Yeah, no shit, right? However, there is nothing secret about the study of albedo modification, with hundreds of publications about the topic in academic journals and in mainstream media. Yeah, but only of late. And only if you actually do a bit of digging, proper digging, not just, oh, I checked on the fact checker. Chemtrails is a conspiracy. Weather modification is a conspiracy. Well, no. If you look past your nose, you'll see that it's clearly not. And you don't even have to go online to see. All you've got to do is go outside and you'll see it. You'll see it all right. In the mainstream media, I mean, just kind of creeping into it. But only in regards to geoengineering, nothing about weather modification or the fact that it's been going on for fucking decades. Oh, no, they wouldn't go that far, right? Returning to the real world. Ah, yeah, of course, yeah, in Fantasyland. Yeah. Fuck, you know. Returning to the real world. There is no indication that the widely proclaimed chemtrails are anything more than persistent contrails that occur in well understood atmospheric conditions. These contrails are claimed to be chemtrails because they look different. Different from a normal contrail? There's two contrails. There's many forms of contrails, but it's not a chemtrail. It's a different contrail. Ah, yeah, of course. We're lucky. We're lucky John Smith's here to keep us right. And this image here, I remember seeing this when it first came out, and I genuinely thought it was fake. I'm still a bit unsure, to be honest. I kind of think it's fake, but I don't know. My gut kind of, I'm suspicious of it when I look at it. What's my cat doing? Snoring. I'm a bit, yeah, I don't know, suspicious. But this is where they talk about, oh, this a new form of contrail. It doesn't just come out the back; it's the wings as well. Ah, wing contrails, yeah, but they didn't know about them before, but they know about them now. It's not chemicals being sprayed from the wing. Don't be stupid. It's a new form of contrail. Hooray! Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now. Now. Yeah, now, because before, no. But now, though, there is one other type of contrail. More than previously thought, I guess, right? Who defunct it? Contrails have got the syndrome. Yeah. So now, but just in the now, because it'll probably can change tomorrow. Oh, there's another new contrail. Yep. It's a new one, but it's totally safe. It's totally fine. Don't worry about it. Ron Smith debunked it. We're so lucky, Ron, right? Working in aviation, being a photographer, taking his photos of the contrails. Yeah. Hmm. So now, just right now, not yesterday, but now, there is one other type of contrail. Right. That does look different. That is the iridescent hole aerodynamic wake contrail. Right. In humid conditions, the reduction of pressure and temperature over a wing at high lift conditions can produce condensation over the wing only if the Virgin Mary is standing there too. Right. Okay. If this occurs at altitude in a supersaturated atmosphere, the condensed water particles turn to ice particles, right, which are left behind the aircraft. This creates a whole aerodynamic wake contrail streaming behind the aircraft, right. Keeping up? The particles act as seeds. Fuck it up. Fuck. Uh, uh, Honest to God, man. The particles act as seeds. Right. In the supersaturated atmosphere and grow in size over time. When backlit by the sun, the particles scatter light with colours that are determined by the particle size. Right. It's by the size, not by the, I guess, makeup of the compounds, then, right? Not only is this pretty and attractive, oh, look at the bonny contrail. In terms of flow visualization, we got there. It also enlivens the chemtrails debate. Yeah, I bet it does, right? Yeah. So 2015, there's a new contrail on the block. Look out! It's not a chemtrail, it's a contrail. Yeah, I guess what more would we need to know? Right? I mean, John, what was his name again? John Smith? Ron Smith? He's done it for us. Hooray! A whole new aerodynamic. And then look at that one. Again, how and for me that's Again, sorry, burping. For me personally, that says toxic, highly toxic. And of course, people call it beautiful. And of course, yeah, this is a contrail. Look at it coming out of the wings. Ah, it's one of them super aerodynamic Virgin Mary contrails. Look, see, I don't know about you, but I'm always wary of this one. For some reason, I can't buy it. I don't know about you, but I really don't buy that photo. We'll maybe get back to that. Um, let's see here. My observations. Oh, thank God, right? Thank God. My observations suggest that the following criteria must all be met if such a contrail is to be seen. Right. It goes almost without saying that the weather should be fine and sunny. Contrail conditions in terms of temperature and humidity should exist typically at 25 to 30,000 feet. Really? Really? Supersaturation and a temperature near the dew point are also required. There are often small amounts of altocirrus cloud present, and these conditions might indicate an approaching warm front. So again, the chemistry must be correct. You must have everything in place. Yeah. The almost impossible scenario goes without saying, right? And I don't even think I've ever seen a chemtrail with such colour in it. Is anybody? I mean, look at that plane. It looks like a kid drew it. Honest to God. Oh, is it just me? Probably, right? But I mean, I could draw a plane better than that. Looks like somebody painted it, right? Is it a painting? No, it's Ron Smith, super duper Ron, taking his photos. March 2023. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The aircraft itself needs to be heavy. Ah, it's got to be a heavy load, right? Hmm. It needs to be heavy close to the start of a transatlantic flight, for example, right? Full of fuel. Is that what they're referring to? That the lift coefficient is high enough that a whole aerodynamic wake contrail can be produced. From my own location. I have only photographed this phenomenon on westbound transatlantic commercial flights originating from Gatwick or Amsterdam. Huh. Ain't that interesting? Mm-hmm. Scattering of sunlight is required, and ideally, the aircraft will be passing within about 10 within about plus or minus 10 degrees of the sun's elevation. I'm surprised anybody sees contrails whatsoever, to be honest, right? If present, the iridescent wake will be visible over a significant distance behind the craft. Yeah. But no one sees that. The colour scattering within the wake gets brighter as the aircraft gets nearer the line of site of the sun, Dr. Ron Smith. April Fool's Day. Not quite, but April the 14th. It should have been April Fool's Day. So I take it in the next paragraph. Oh, that's it. Huh? That can't be it. Where's the debunking? Where's the debunking exactly? Absolute nonsense, man. Complete nonsense from Ron Smith, the go-to, the super aerodynamic photographer of the Boeing 7777s. Hooray! I'm sure he's a guy we can trust, right? Yeah, let's go with that. So what I'm going to do now is jump into the chat because we're going to be wrapping it up, I'm afraid, because Muggins here needs to walk the dog. He doesn't walk him. He would walk himself, to be honest. I'd hate to imagine the trouble he would cause, though, to be honest. he is trouble with a capital T. So, a wee bit more on... Do I need that anymore, actually? No, I don't. We're all good. We've covered pretty much everything that I wanted to cover. It might feel a wee bit like Groundhog Day. So I don't want it to feel a bit like that. Because I know that feeling, right? This again. But I'll keep you updated on it as much as I can. Let me think when I'm going to be back. Potentially on Wednesday, right? So I could be back on Wednesday night. At the moment, I don't know what it's going to be about. Nothing, probably, again. But we might have a catch up. There is some articles, random different topics that I kind of want to discuss. So I might do that. I do want to get Met on again as well, Met Warwick, who's kind of off grid. So we can get a catch up with Met, probably at the end of the month, which is not that far away already. But it would also be good to get Scots and our English brothers sent some and toffee, and we can get you can hear a bit more from other people instead of just me, right? Get them off. I know the feeling. I know the feeling. Imagine my poor wife has to put up with me all the time. How does she cope, right? We need to make her a trophy. There's an idea. That's one way to get into the good books, right? So I'll say cheerio. I'll jump into the chat and we'll say adios. Carmel in the Hood in New Zealand. What? New Zealand's in the future, so yeah, it'll definitely be Tuesday already. Probably Tuesday, I don't know, morning, about, I don't know, 10 a.m. Brunch time, would it be? Peacetime, maybe? A very British thing, having breaks all the time at work. I remember watching, what was that I was watching again? Oh, what was it? It was on Netflix. It was about movies, and they were saying that I can't remember what film it was. That's bloody annoying now. Was it RoboCop? I think it might have been RoboCop. They moved the casting to the UK recording because it was cheaper and they were trying to save money. And when they came to the UK, they didn't obviously know that people in the UK, hey, at 10 o'clock, we stop. We have a cup of tea. No ifs, no buts. No one gets in the way, right? No one gets in the way. But of course, in America, that wasn't a thing. And I can't remember who the writer was, but he was not happy about the British cast and the British crew wanting to take a tea break to an extent where they were button heads quite regular. Because he was obviously wanting to finish a scene, and they were like, "Nope, tea break. See you later. We'll see you in 10 minutes, right?" And I think it's something you get used to as well. But I always feel if you're doing a job, you get it done. Have your tea break after it. But some people, they simply will not. They must stop, and that's it. And I know a guy who he pretty much watches the clock to an extent where I call him the speaking clock. Ah, man. It shows you what I'm like, right? Oh, there's the speaking clock again. Telling us it's 10 minutes until tea break. I mean, we can check the time, but there you go. I think we probably all know people like that. The clock watch. I can't do that. I could never do that. Clock watch. I just can't. It's just. I like to tend to. I tend to like to not know what the time is. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. It's also good to know what the time is if you're running late. Then I definitely need to know. But if I'm not, I'm all good. I think that comes with age as well. When you're young, time's longer. When you're old or older, time's quicker. Fantastic, right? Happy days. So who else? I'd rather be busy. It's a duck. Yeah, same here. Carmel, same. Yeah, keep going, right? It's the best way to pass time is to keep going. Phil as well. Good to see Phil back again. A pleasure to see you. Rich as well, of course. No Carmel without Rich on the go. Good to see you, brother. Robert in the hood as well. Good to see Rob back again. Good to see Frank, and thank you for the emails, Frank. Lots, and thank you for the updates in regards to the spraying that goes on with you. I'm very grateful for that. Who else did I see? I appreciate everyone's time and engagement. I genuinely mean that. I'm very grateful. We've been through a lot together. We've been through it step by step, and we've stayed strong. We keep going. We keep our head high, and we don't, not for one split second, live in fear. We don't. We simply don't. Whatever's going to be is going to be. We take it on. Whatever it's going to be, we take it on. The good, the bad. We keep going and we power on through it. And remember, what don't take you out, it's only going to make you stronger, unless it's the gene juice, of course, right? There's always that one, but like the saying, oh, you never judge a book by its cover unless, of course, it's an adult book or a scud book, if you like. Then you know what you're getting. Then you know what it is. Oh, Sue as well in the hood. Good to see Sue. You just got in there. Spanish chicken as well. October. Great stuff. And Wendy B. Carol as well. Good to see Carol. Great stuff. I appreciate you being here. Much appreciated. And yeah, like I always say, no matter what, no matter where, do not comply. And that is about it. Bye-bye.
The future teaches you to be alone. The present to be a freedom comes. So if I can't you rabbits, then I can't you fascists. tolerate this, then your children will be next. If you tolerate this, then your children will be next. Will be next. Will be next. Will be next. Gravity keeps my head down, or is it maybe shame at being so young and being so bad? And who's in your head today? Am I pacifist? I've walked the ramblers, but not with real intent. Yeah, and if you tolerate this, then your children will be next. If you tolerate this, then your children will be next. Will be next. Will be next. Will be next. An omen place where newspaper carries of his glory tears. Yeah, and if you tolerate this, then your children